Hi, I'm Jess,
I'm Ruby,
And I'm Bea.
and we're all in Year 13 studying English literature.
and we're here to talk to you about the course. So our first question is, why did you choose English literature?
I chose English literature because it kind of came naturally to me. I really liked English at GCSE and I really enjoyed the texts that we read at GCSE. I did Their Eyes Were Watching God, and I wanted to continue that and keep studying them so I could learn different things about the world. Yeah.
Awesome. Jess, why did you study English literature?
I think because it is a facilitating subject, and through English literature, you kind of learn a lot of transferable skills,
Yeah.
and that's been useful in like my study of my other subjects, French and Italian as well. So yeah, I think it's been really useful.
Yeah, I think we both study classics and politics and have absolutely found the same, like the amount of transferable skills that you get from English. Like there's so many times when I'm writing my politics essays, I'm writing my classics essays, and I'm using something that we've just discussed in English last lesson. Like it's so good with that.
Yeah, and I think what's really nice about the course is that you study such a range of different texts.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the kind of issues that come up are relevant today. And it's like a range of things from like Shakespeare, we're doing Othello, to like The Handmaid's Tale, which was like published in like 1980s. So
no, you get a massive range of texts.
Yeah.
So what have you enjoyed about the course, Bea?
I've really enjoyed studying Caroline Duffy. So she writes a poetry anthology that you study in year 12, and it's amazing. I absolutely fell in love with her poetry. I like basically swear by it. But it's also really relevant to what we're still like talking about today, especially with ecosystems and also like capitalism, all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's brilliant. I think for me, what I enjoyed most about the course was The Bloody Chamber. So that's a collection of short stories that you do in year 13, well, kind of end of year 12, like beginning of year 13. And basically it's like all of the like fairy tales that you've grown up with, given this like kind of modern twist and this retelling with all of these different themes, like pulling these different parts out of the story, which maybe you didn't pay that much attention to when you were like 6 years old reading Cinderella for the first time. So, I mean, I found that amazing. And then you can use The Bloody Chamber in your coursework as well, which we've all just kind of finished at the moment. And I mean, the coursework section, I think we all found just incredible because you have so much freedom with it. Like you can use it to apply kind of any themes, any areas of interest within the stories, and you get to take so many of your own experiences into the course with that. So I feel like that was kind of the best part
you
of the course for
can
us.
two texts and you can choose your second text, so it's really flexible, and you can choose your question. So it's whatever you find interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What skills have you developed?
That's a good question.
Definitely analytical skills.
Definitely.
And the best way to like write an essay. It's been really helpful because obviously we take 3 essay-based subjects, so that's been so helpful. And then also once you get to year 13, you're writing your personal statement. It is just like a bit of a lifesaver because you kind of you're knowing what you're saying and what you're talking about, and I think it's just
eloquence and coherence.
Definitely
improved.
And I think it also teaches you how to look at texts from kind of different perspectives. It's not just like a one-sided perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it makes you kind of a more open-minded person. You're open to kind of loads of different arguments. I think that's really useful.
Yeah, I think it sort of forces you to kind of consider your own views as well.
Definitely.
I think to kind of challenge yourself a little bit and, why do I think this? Why are these my beliefs? And I think that's just so important, like for the course, but also just for all of your other subjects, for like life beyond school. It's been massively helpful. So what was our last question?
Second.
Penultimate question. Why would you recommend it?
I would recommend it just because it gets, for me personally, it got me back into reading books, which I've really enjoyed now. And I read books that are like, they're like classical retellings, so like Song of Achilles, The Women of Troy, that sort of thing. So it's been really great for that because it also helps within my other subjects. But yeah, I think it's really great if you just really love books and you're a bit of a nerd.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree with that. How about you, Jess? Why would you recommend that?
I think it's really useful for any other subject that you're studying because it just causes you to think about things and kind of second guess yourself and challenge your opinions. So when I'm reading like foreign language books for my A-levels, I've like thought about kind of the context behind it, like why the author said what they did, and that's been really interesting. So how has English helped with your future plans?
Well, I want to do English literature at university, and I think doing the A level, I mean, part of it was essentially solidifying the fact that I already thought beforehand that I kind of wanted to do English at university. So it definitely has not put me off, is one bit. But I think it's also just helped me consider the subject from kind of a wider perspective and like given me more of an idea of how that I can apply it and then where I can take English in the future. And I think one of the massive benefits that we've been talking about with English is like the different competitions and stuff that you can do like within the subject. So you get so many opportunities for like journalism competitions, poetry competitions, like creative writing. Like the course ties in really well with so many aspects of like kind of the wider world, and like it gives you the ability to apply it in so many different ways. So how about you? How has it helped you with your future plans?
Well, I really want to go into publishing now. And it's really just kind of, like you said, solidified that I could really enjoy it. And it's something that I just want to keep doing throughout my life. And it's also just provided this massive range of opportunities. You get to do things inside school, outside school. We've gone to meet authors.
Yeah.
We're going to like something after half term where we get to
an author's talking to a visiting author. Talking to us.
Visiting author.
Yes.
You look absolutely scared there.
No, I know.
And we also, I think in year 12, we also did like a lot of like watching of movies as well to help solidify what we already learned in class.
Yeah, like we watched the play, like how we could visualize how.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's always like really helpful. So if you really enjoy movies, I mean, it's great. Like books to like be like made into movies. It's like that kind of like how is it different? How is it the same? But it's also just really helped because I also want to do English at university, and I also want to do a bit of creative writing, and that's really been like solidified because of how much opportunity I've been given within the course.
Yeah, I think even though you're studying texts that have already been written, you get like such an opportunity to then write stuff yourself and to then take from that and kind of incorporate it into your own writing.
Definitely.
Yeah. So how about you, Jess? How's it helped?
Well, I'm not planning to study English literature after A-levels. I want to study French and Italian at university. But I think English is going to be so useful doing that, like studying films and studying books. I think the analytical skills, the critical thinking skills, even the essay writing skills that I've learned from English are going to be like invaluable in that. So yeah, I would recommend it to everyone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for listening to us, and we hope you choose English.
Yeah.